Time. So I'm going to pause there and I'm going to pass it on to Stan, who I think is going to talk about a few national solar policy things. Okay.
Thank you,
All right,
Kaiba.
thanks, Kaiba. So since Texas might be a state, a nation at some point, we'll talk about Texas policy because it's actually there's some good news, and many of y'all have been in this industry for a long time. Texas has no strong leadership like some of the other states. We just ask that they don't get in the way. And this past session, there were actually several bills that were quite positive. They don't move the needle immensely, but it's incremental. So there was a law that's about to be passed, hopefully signed by the governor soon. It just expedites permitting. So a little small piece, but it's meaningful for our industry in Texas. And then another one to protect consumers. So these are sensible, practical policies that the state of Texas has finally come around to, which is actually incredible. And Texas is number 2 in solar, so it's probably bigger than most countries in the world. It's behind it's number 2. We're on the way to becoming number 1, which just means we've got a ton of solar, a ton of renewables. And the residential commercials, that's a lot of what happens in Austin. It's the thing that nobody really recognizes, and in particular in D.C. So we had a small team up there this past week to try to knock on doors and knock on heads as to what are they thinking. Turns out not very well. The policy, and this is kind of a call to action. It's actually this week is the time we have as an industry to say, it's important, and we've done the work. So I think Tim Harvey's been around for at least 40 years or so, something like that. We brought the cost of solar down 90%. So that's the industry, it's us, it's utilities. That's incredible. And we're almost to the point where we don't need anything else. And it's cheaper, better, faster, cleaner than any other solution, but we're not quite there. And Texas is the hardest place to work because power is cheaper. It just is. And so we need more time. We're not asking for handouts. We just need more time. And that was the message we gave to the legislators, some senators and representatives, that we need more time because what they're proposing is to essentially cut things off a cliff. Just say we're going to amputate the policy that's been in place for 20 years and was projected to go on for another 8 years. Guess what? We're going to cut it off this year. It makes no sense. These are jobs that will go away, quite simply, with an industry that's been incredibly resourceful, innovative, and has done the work. So if there's ever a time to call, and there's many ways to reach out, but it's literally just call the offices, whether someone, other districts, we're targeting Republican districts in Texas, the House in particular. We think there is an opportunity to rattle the chains and just send this message that one provision, there's much bad news to spread around inside the bill. But that one, it's a small investment, has a huge impact for this community, companies like mine, Lighthouse Solar, employees, the ecosystem. They don't recognize what we built as a community, and they're just capriciously saying it's time to go. We're asking for 1 more year. So if you're interested to want to jump in any way, come talk to me. But it's really as simple as calling, sending emails, but it's this week. It's not August. It's not next year. It's right now. And
What's the item?
So, yeah, good question. So the residential tax credit, ITC, investment tax credit, specifically it's called 25D, and that's essentially any homeowner that puts in a solar system is entitled to a tax credit based on what they invest. And so what they're proposing is to eliminate that altogether, not ramp it down, but just eliminate it. It goes 30% to 0, and that's impactful. We've already experienced in the last 5 or so years, there was a ramp down already started. It actually didn't affect anything. We planned for it. We were able to adjust. We can make incremental changes that are meaningful. We can get there as an industry. We just can't do it overnight. So 25D is the provision. maybe we can post it on our website, just some call to action, like where to call. It's pretty straightforward in terms of, and they actually were very accessible. And we did talk to some representatives. Surprisingly, they didn't know anything about it. They didn't know what the impact of signing the bill, removing that tax credit, they didn't know what it would do. We told them it would wreck an industry, and they were surprised. Can you believe it?
I thought the House already voted and it said the Senate's vote, right?
Yeah, so by no means I'm an expert here, but the House sent over language that was awful. The Senate Finance Committee sent back language that was a little less awful, but still didn't do anything on the 25D. They're mostly concerned with big commercial, and honestly, it's the hedge funds. I won't go into conspiracy theory. It's big capital that's saying, don't screw us up. The 25D is left as an orphan. And so there's now a chance, I think, it goes through a couple other committees in the Senate, and then likely will come back into some kind of conference committee. And so that's the opportunity to bring some of the House members forward to say this is going to affect people in your district. Jobs will go away, families will go, and then unemployment, like they're not figuring. So it's a big mess, but we can participate. So would welcome anybody's participation in that. So I think that's it.
Thank you, Stan. Everybody, big hand for Stan. Yay!